Soccer Night is sponsored by Rumbelows, supporting the best in British football.
Manchester United make another takeover bid tonight. The First Division leadership is theirs to be had. The first soccer nightcap of 1992 features United at home to Aston Villa. And a hero's return for Saturday's villain of the piece, Les Sealey. Good evening. Well, sadly, we've lost our two Rumbelows League Cup quarter-finals tonight between Middlesbrough and Peterborough United and Nottingham Forest and Crystal Palace. And with a number of games likely to be hit by the weather at this time of year, you'd think undersoil heating would be obligatory for a club like Forest. But there we go. As for Manchester United, unscathed following 3 visits to Elland Road, the temperatures rising on a match-to-match basis, with games in hand there very much in the box seat as far as the Championship's concerned. Also tonight, as part of our build-up to the European Championships, a reminder of Italia 90, Toto Schillaci, acrobatics and all. And what's developing into a major talking point? Not the professional foul, but the professional offside trap from set plays. The referee's view tonight from Neil Midgley. Also, Neil, I'll be talking to you about your reaction to Les Sealey's outrageous outburst directed against George Courtney on Saturday. I mean, could that sort of thing affect the recruitment of referees in the future? It wasn't a spontaneous reaction either. It was fully 12 minutes after the incident which so infuriated Sealey when he believed he'd saved Nigel Jemson's header. Now, the pictures aren't conclusive, but that's hardly the point. Over the line or not, Sealey went way over the top. Now, undoubtedly, Sealey comes into the somewhat eccentric category. When he's upset, woe betide anyone who gets in the firing line, friend or foe or referee. Now, the other side of Les Sealey, well, he's a great shot stopper. He keeps defenders on their toes, and during his brief Old Trafford career, he proved to be a winner and a great crowd favourite.
People get the wrong conception of me. It's just I am different when I go to play football. I know what you mean. I know that people think I'm a bit of an egg case, and probably sometimes they're right. But if it gets, that little white thing gets too close to me, I'm not too happy. You know, I like it to be in the distance. A long way away from me. I don't like to see it. You know, if it was there, I'd be quite happy to stand there, truthfully, stand there for 90 minutes, and take a couple of goal kicks and have a joke with the crowd. But I'd love that every Saturday.
He's Mr. Horrible in the week and Mr. Angry at match time.
He's been called every name under the sun since the weekend, but Les Sealey's amongst friends tonight. It was the Manchester United fans who demanded that Alex Ferguson sign him on, and they were proved good judges. Ferguson, though, is without flu victim Paul Parker this evening. Mal Donaghy deputises, but Steve Bruce is fit to play after all. The main consolation prize is the star prize. The return of Brian Robson for his first game of the year. It comes at the expense of Ryan Giggs, who drops down to substitute. Robson's no greater admirer than the Villa manager, who felt he was the one difference between the two teams when United won at Villa Park at the start of the season, and feels he could still be the difference between them winning or losing the title race. Villa are still on the title fringes themselves. Quite an achievement when you consider that only McGrath, Daly and York had played for the club before this season. It's the same lineup that lost to that much-debated Sheffield Wednesday goal on Saturday. Calling the close ones tonight, referee David Allison. No pitch inspection for him to make. The undersoil heating will be turned on throughout the game. The temperatures inside the stadium haven't risen above freezing point all day, but the temperature at ground level is 6 degrees. Manchester United surrendered top spot to Leeds on New Year's Day. Since then, they've knocked their chief rivals out of 2 cup competitions. Now they're aiming to knock them off the top of the league. Mal Donaghy back in the side for his first appearance in the First Division for very nearly 12 weeks. He'll play it right back. Tony Daly occupying that flank for Aston Villa. This is Kevin Richardson, and this is Daly. Tackled by Donaghy, and Villa will have an early corner. Both Paul McGrath and Sean Teal are forward from the back. Strong header by Pallister under pressure. Richardson in towards Regis. He seems to be getting better, if anything, Cyril Regis. He'll be 34 next month, but his career is blossoming again at Villa Park. Here's Ince looking for Webb. Cleared by McGrath. Robson in on Richardson, and then on McGrath too. Free kick given. Robson pulled out, no doubt about it. Regis with the header. Away by Irwin. Parker. Darius Kubicki. Dwight York. Strongly challenged by Bruce, but he didn't get the ball in towards Regis, but Schmeichel was there, and Schmeichel immediately hurls one of his long bombs down the field towards Kanchelskis on the break. But for all his lack of experience, Brian Small there is certainly not lacking pace. Webb, header by Small. Staunton. A little bit fortunate to find York. Staunton again. York going on. Loves to get defenders turn and to run at them, as does Tony Daly. Running at Donaghy, running past Robson, firing in the shot. Comfortably dealt with by Schmeichel. But it was just a rangefinder for Daly. Neither he nor York are frightened to shoot. Hughes. Irwin. Early forward for Brian McClare. Great ball, great break. Small across the cover, and Small did really well. A young man growing up very quickly in the First Division, Brian Small. Pallister coming to claim it. Hughes, hint of handball. McClare, challenged by Richardson, but managed to thread the ball through to Robson. This is Kanchelskis. Webb. 5 ahead of him. Robson. Now Steve Bruce joining in. Hughes went tumbling off the ball. Bruce has got it back, but then given it away to Richardson. Staunton finding Parker. Possibilities here for Aston Villa. Tony Daly. Right through the gap. Good save by Schmeichel. Powerful drive by Tony Daly. And Schmeichel got his body in the way. Gary Parker. Darius Kubicki. Staunton miscuing. But the first clear sight of goal for Tony Daly, and the message is clear: you just cannot allow him to run at you. He's quick enough to go through the narrowest of gaps and get in a shot. It beat Schmeichel's hands, but it hit his chest. There's plenty of Peter Schmeichel, and just as well for Manchester United. Dwight York trying his luck on the left-hand side now. Staunton on towards Regis. Robson managing to interrupt Staunton, but it's York who's picked up the pace again for Villa. Richardson tried to bend it. He knows it would have to be a very, very good bender to get beyond Schmeichel. Manchester United trying to be patient, but it's been a rather frustrating opening half for them. No way through as yet. Villa's so well equipped to break. McClare. Webb forward, but McGrath's back there. Stretford End pumping up the volume. Webb's throw headed away by Staunton. Cleared by York. Kanchelskis for Donaghy. Couldn't quite break for Robson. Staunton tried to lay claim to it. Daly just helping it away. Pallister helping it back. Hughes doing well against McGrath. McClare finding Hughes again. Couldn't quite hold off Kevin Richardson. Ryan Robson. Small's header. Teal's header. York trying to help out. Villa living on their wits a little bit. Robson spreading it wide to Dennis Irwin, a little bit too wide. Two ways of looking at United's current form. The League Cup win at Leeds is probably the one performance they'd be totally happy with since the turn of the year, but they've won 3 and drawn 1 of their last 4 games, so they've been no less effective. Winning the championship is not a question of how, but how many. Points make prizes. McClare on towards Webb. Away by Teal. Ince miscued but found Webb. Chance here for Andrei Kanchelskis. Brian McClare! Flag was up. Wouldn't have counted anyway. McClare just couldn't quite adjust to get in the shot on target. It had to be an instinctive effort, but he was offside anyway. Kanchelskis had space there from the longer cross, which Small missed for once. I don't think his shot was going in anyway. Kanchelskis, good early pass that from Donaghy. Small's across there again, and he's diverted it behind for another Manchester United corner. And gradually, the home side are building up to something here. Patience has been their main virtue so far tonight. Gary Pallister and Steve Bruce are in there. Dennis Irwin will take the corner. Header clear was by Dwight York. His opposite number, Andrei Kanchelskis. Irwin kept it in. Kanchelskis. Robson. Edge of the penalty area still packed. Room for Ince. Room for McClare. Good save. And he's kept it out. Steve Bruce went in there. Darius Kubicki just managed to lever him off the ball and enabled Seeley to make the brave stop. But I wonder if Bruce was fouled here. Seeley made a really good stop from McClare. Bruce tried to get there and was really just shoved off the ball. Difficult to call with both players going wholeheartedly for the rebound, but Bruce had stolen a march on Kubicki. Maybe the fullback got a foot on the ball. Seeley certainly got a hand on it. Good save. Daly. Parker. Hughes is there. It's fallen for Daly. Richardson. Kubicki. Thrown forward, hopefully, for Cyril Regis. Oh, he made his weight felt then. Shoved Pallister off the ball and squeezed in a dangerous cross, which Michael had to deal with. That shoulder to shoulder? Well, shoulder to back. Referee saw nothing wrong. Here's Neil Webb on the break. And McClare has popped up on the right-hand side. He's short of support at the moment. Hughes and Kanchelskis trying to get there. Deflected off Small. And maybe a corner is as much as Manchester United could hope for there, because they were outnumbered in the middle. Webb with the corner. Header was by McGrath. Steve Bruce. He's won the throw. Hughes. Blocked by Kubicki. Cleared by Parker. behind you. Dwight York was creeping up on tiptoes. Mal Donegan knew it. That'll be a line out on the Aston Villa 25. Ryan Giggs waiting and wondering if his turn will come tonight. Bruce with time, rather more than he realised. Staunton. Dwight York's got in behind Manchester United. Regis and Daly waiting. Pallister missed it. Chance for Gary Parker. Better chance than he made of it, really. He had time for another touch then. Pallister unable to cut out York's cross. And Gary Parker's heart started racing. And he snatched at the chance. The last of the first half. Parker with one of only really 3 chances in the game. Les Sealey denied Brian McClare from Manchester United's best. At the other end, Peter Schmeichel saved well from Tony Daly. But the half-time scoreline at Old Trafford is blank. Manchester United 0, Aston Villa 0.
Everybody wants it.
100.
This is Villa's 40th post-war visit to Old Trafford, where they've won just twice in all that time, 1954 and 1983, the last occasion. 2 seasons ago, their lingering title hopes all but perished in defeat on this ground. It's not the place that they choose to come for their holidays. But they've certainly given Manchester United plenty to think about in the opening 45 minutes. And Tony Daly as much as anybody. Brian Robson is opposite number, feeling that rather more than Daly. He's 35 earlier this month, Robson. I guess you feel the bumps and bruises a little bit more as time goes by. But his commitment to the cause is all that it was when he first arrived on the scene as a promising teenager under Ron Atkinson at West Bromwich Albion. Ryan Giggs and Clayton Blackmore are the Manchester United substitutes. That's strength in depth for you. There's a lot talked about Brian Robson and injury, but the spell that he's just had out of the team is his first real absence through injury for a year. That's not to say that he hasn't been carrying injuries. You'd rarely notice with him. Steve Staunton with the free kick. Staunton, a championship winner, of course, with Liverpool. He just signed a new 4-year deal at Anfield before the move which took him to Aston Villa, but he was a foreigner under the new rules, and Liverpool had too many of them. They need Englishmen. McClare. Daly. Wasn't quite on the same wavelength as Staunton there. Webb tuned in. Hughes has space. The provider. One league goal in going on for 4 months for Mark Hughes. It's been a barren spell. It's come to an end at a crucial time. Aston Villa completely lost him. They lost the ball. That was the first crime. Webb's cross, perfect. Mark Hughes thrives on those. But here's Brian Small for Aston Villa, and it took Steve Bruce to get back. And Aston Villa have a corner. But Bruce and Robson are battling on, and now they've got a cause to fight for. Kevin Richardson will take the corner. Sean Teal is forward from the back. It's in towards McGrath at the near post. It came off Pallister, and Villa will have another corner. Pallister saw that very late. Richardson again, Pallister again. Richardson looking, this time for Teal, who's sneaked in front of York and almost made his presence felt. Just didn't quite make a full enough contact with a very good cross from Richardson and a very well-timed run from Sean Teal. Never scored in the First Division, Sean Teal. Would have been a cause for some celebration. Mal Donaghy, though, for Manchester United. Brian McClair. The game seems to have opened up a little bit. McClair's got past Small. Mark Hughes, blocked by Teal. Steve Staunton's back there, but it's a corner kick. Les Sealy none too happy. When is he ever? If looks could kill, he'd be doing several life sentences. Manchester United have the corner. A gift. Robson, Bruce, Pallister, Ince. Take your pick. Neil Webb will attempt to do just that. It's Pallister arriving. Couldn't guide his header under pressure. Webb breaking the challenge of York, but Richardson getting it clear. Donaghy turning the screws. Away by McGrath. Kanchelskis. Irwin. Has to go all the way back. United have managed just one goal in each of their last 4 league matches. Will one be sufficient tonight? York was buffeted by Irwin. Staunton. Richardson on the run from deep. Irwin finding McClair, finding Hughes, finding Irwin. A little bit more zip about Manchester United since the goal. Webb. Bruce. Hughes is down the middle, but Paul McGrath's in control. Talking about reputations for injuries, Paul McGrath has missed just 1 league game in the last year. He had 9 knee operations during his spell at Manchester United. His career was virtually written off. Dwight York just stole a yard there on Irwin, who did well to recover, and the cost of a corner to Aston Villa. Paul McGrath and Sean Teal on a return ticket from the back. Steve Staunton will take the corner. 10 minutes of the second half gone. Header away by Steve Bruce. Kanchelskis losing out to Richardson. Robson, and here's Brian McClair popping up out of a hole in the ground. Kanchelskis, Donaghy and Hughes for support. Aston Villa undone. McClair sets up Webb. Good save by Sealy. Small, Robson! Well, what was Brian Small thinking of? He was just trying to coax the ball back to his goalkeeper when it needed a good size 9 behind it. And after Neil Webb's shot had been well parried by Sealy, Brian Robson was almost able to capitalise. Just arrived a split second too early. 1-0 Manchester United lead. But Maldonig's conceded a free kick here. McGrath will go forward again. Joining Teal on the far side of the penalty area. Manchester United looking to push out. Staunton in towards Regis. Schmeichel has come, and Schmeichel has caught. The sheer volume of crosses that he has to deal with in the English game, so different to Denmark, but he's coped. McClare. Neil Webb. A quarter of the field to himself then. Couldn't make it tell. Looks to the heavens, disappointed with himself. But it's a corner. Dennis Irwin is coming across to take it. Long to Bruce this time. Only needed a touch. Steve Bruce won it so powerfully beyond the far post. And Paul Ince was in position A just to turn it in. That's a storming header from Bruce, but Ince couldn't quite deflect it. May even have come off Paul Ince's shoulder, actually. Neither side quite able to find the cutting edge at the moment. Parker looking for York, and he was held back there by Gary Pallister, and the referee, well, the referee waved play on, but the linesman spotted it. No doubt in my mind that Gary Pallister grabbed hold of Dwight York's arm there as he tried to go beyond him. And full marks for the eagle-eyed linesman for spotting that. Parker and Staunton look the most likely. It's Steve Staunton, and it's Wild. He would have had to curl it an awful long way. It didn't curl at all. Plenty of power, as somebody in the Stretford end will testify. A lot of shouting and a lot of minor rebukes being handed out by player to player, and the game really needs freshening up, and Aston Villa are planning to do that with 18-year-old Steve Froggatt, who's a pacey left winger. Brian Small missed his kick the first time. Hart just missed a beat. Regis on. Donaghy there ahead of York. Kanchelski's losing out. Here's Steve Staunton. Here's Dwight York, turned away by Steve Bruce. And Aston Villa just can't get the kind of pressure on that they need. And Steve Staunton, who's been struggling with a groin injury in the last few weeks, will make way for the teenager. Steve Froggatt, who was thrown in at the deep end at Highbury the week before last for his full debut. Just a few more steps to climb. Webb clattered by Richardson, who's ready for more if Webb's interested. Webb knocked it past him, and Richardson came all the way across him. He wasn't going to yield an inch. Stoppage time. The end of a very taxing night for Manchester United. It could be another very productive night for them. Kanchelski's just trying to run the clock down, but it's not Kevin Richardson's night. in no hurry to take the throw. Neil Webb. Flipped up beautifully for Kanchelskis. Header away by Parker. Sean Teal, one last chance maybe for Aston Villa. Pallister getting back. Webb on towards Hughes. McGrath across. Headed by Froggatt. Handball, was it against Regis? Play on, says the referee. Manchester United have it. Webb for Kanchelskis. McGrath's there again. He's a Footballer of the Year candidate, Paul McGrath, make no mistake about it. But there'll be a few in red shirts if they can win the championship. Manchester United are back where they want to be. Back at the top after 3 weeks away, on the back of Mark Hughes' 9th goal of the season. The cup ties are coming thick and fast for Alex Ferguson now, but nothing will be allowed to interfere with their main ambition. Ron Atkinson, who had the same ambition himself once upon a time, couldn't interfere with it tonight. Alex Ferguson is still on course. Manchester United, the league leaders, 1, Aston Villa 0.